Good. This is actually my copy of the book. They're too cheap to buy their own. I want to thank everybody for coming here. I appreciate it a great deal. I want to thank, she's hiding out there, Sally, but also her partner Danielle for all the stuff they've done with homecoming. All the events that are being here are actually amazing. After this, just to give you a rundown of some of the things that are going on, there's going to be a discussion with the dean. Raise your hand or whatever so people can see. He's the guy with the clown tie on. That's right after this. I don't know what he's going to be discussing, but he'll be talking a lot, I'm sure of that. The important thing, though, is for you to go and visit our new academic commons, which is absolutely amazing. On the second floor of Sterry, all donated material, donated labor, put together. It's a great space. So even if you don't go there to hear him right afterward, you should go there sometime during the day. And you also want to go there because you want to see the person who really runs academics on this campus, and that's Stacy Palmer. And I was going to say she's amazing. No, she's not amazing. She's Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman, and when you see her, you'll know why. So what I'd ask you all to do is sometime today, go walk into the academic commons, see it, go in and see Stacy and say, "Hi, I just came here to meet Wonder Woman." And if I can get like 15, 20 people to do that, I think that would really make my day. What else do we have? We have an art show with the student trip. Rob Daly and Alice Vincent went to Thailand, Myanmar last year. They have their pictures and other types of artifacts over in Rosenthal. That's open all day. There's campus tours all day long, so you can. Voorhees is newly renovated. You have Finney's newly renovated. You have Strayhorn. It's kind of kept like an amber. We don't change it at all, including the heating system. Right outside of Strayhorn, the history department is having their book sale for student research and travel. It's all the books that most of you were assigned to read but never did when you were here. Should have been. At 1:15 later on in here, Stephen Fisher is going to be throwing pots. That's what they say. I think he probably will throw them at people and stuff. He has, what else do we have today? 4:30, because this is Yotes, we're beer and wine garden at 4:30 out there. It'll be great. After that, I'm glad he made it here after his class. Curry Hunter's band, Reckless Amnesia, is going to be playing. They play all the hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I really believe that you have not really lived a full life until you have heard Curry Hunter sing Eric Clapton's Cocaine. It is amazing. It's an amazing experience. It's changed my life. Not in a positive way, but it'll change you. Tomorrow we have, I think it's like a 10:15 or so, the basketball teams will be practicing, scrimmaging and such, get a chance to meet the players. We have relatively new coaches, Colby Blaine, Janice Beal, they're both wonderful. Meet them in the gym tomorrow. We have what I consider the best tailgate in the country. And I want to give one story about this, and Curry knows about this too because we were there. So we were there, I think it was a couple years ago. So Hung May, CJ, Chris, that whole crowd is there, and they have great food, drinks, listen to music, everything is great. Curry and I are there, we go, whoa, it's getting late, we got to get to the game. Hung May goes, we don't go to the game. And I go, really? We don't really like football. We just stay here. So Curry goes, well, okay, I think we'll go to the game. Well, come back. We'll still be here at halftime. So we have this tailgate where they don't even go. So this is an idea for you guys. Think about it. We have 2 bye weeks this year, right? Can we have a tailgate even though there's not a football game? Think about it. I think it works. And then Saturday, later in the day, everybody, they have shuttles and stuff, go downtown to Caldwell. You'll see a new Caldwell. It's the new plaza and everything there is just amazing. It is so nice now, even Trump couldn't say it's a shithole. That's, oh, I'm not supposed to say shit, am I? Oh, no. He's recording, oh, now I said it twice. So I was going to talk about something else, and I changed my mind because I figure I can do whatever the hell I want. Right, and like they said, that's true too. But you can't fire me because I've already quit. I would throw a question at you guys. Is the College of Idaho special? Yes. And first one to answer is usually wrong. But the important part is, I mean, that's the easy part. If so, why is it special? Because I have to ask myself, did I make the right decision here 27 years ago to come to Idaho to teach at this place and at a college instead of going to some liberal arts college in the East? And the reason this came, I've been thinking about this because alumni have been asking me, what about these guys? How are the co-presidents doing? And I'm like, hey, they're doing really well. They have no ego. They don't care who gets credit as long as stuff gets done. I said, that's great. I said, another thing, they are the first presidents since Bob Hendren, when I first got here, who really believe this college is special. I said, if the president of the college does not believe it's special, how are they going to promote the college? How are they going to convince students to come here? And how are they going to get people to give us money? So I've been telling people that. I've also been telling them they think it's special. I'm not so sure I think it's special, but they do, and that's what's important. So that's true. So I had to think to myself, is this place, so I was sitting in my backyard when John and Burke came the other night, and John brought me a very nice present. Burke brought a cake that someone gave to his grandmother, and he brought me his grandmother's cake. That's what Burke brought me. Yosh, though, you brought... Yes, thank you very much. So after I had some of that, I started thinking more about this, how this place is special. I've really come up with, I think, four reasons. The first one, I was talking to David about this the other day, and he actually agrees with me for once. First time we agree on anything. It's because of the place. It's because this college is here in Southwest Idaho. If we would pick this place up and drop it in suburbs of Philadelphia where I grew up, upstate New York or something, there's plenty of other places. There's, or a sign as Bryn Mawr, Swarthmore, Muhlenberg. There's so many great schools there that we'd be just another one. But here, there is no institution anywhere, anything like us in the whole state of Idaho, or even really in the area at all. You got to drive 5-6 hours to get anything close to this, and it is really important, I think, here for the state. Liberal arts education is important for Idaho, more so than I think a lot of other places. Back in the East, people really appreciate education and the importance of education, the importance of liberal arts education. I don't see that as much here. They don't see how important the type of stuff that we do here, how important it is for what we do. And I hear from alumni. I ask them about when they're out in the community and what they're doing. And they're talking about how much better that they are doing with their writing and thinking and reading. And had a former student come by the other day. And I said, well, what did the college do for you? He's talking to the students. He goes, taught me how to work hard. He said that he sees other people just out of college, and they're like, oh, this work is so much. I'm not used to doing so much. And he said, like, I had LiCalzi's class, I had Kim's class, I had a 5-hour lab, I had a literature class where I'm reading 300 pages a night and stuff. He says, work isn't that much. Work outside isn't that much different. I really believe that the college here, the College of Idaho, and our graduates have made Idaho a better place. It makes this state, this area better. And if it was picked up and dropped somewhere else, yes, it would be helpful, but nowhere near as much of an effect as it does right here. So that's first. The second is the faculty. Yay, me. But it's not that we get these great people to necessarily teach here. It's how we nurture and we almost train the faculty here. I had one of my professors in graduate school, Joe Schwartz, great guy. He used to tell us, all the graduate students, Joe, no one ever got tenure because of their teaching. And I can't wait to go back to Temple and see Joe and say, Joe, you were wrong. Everybody at this place got tenure because of their teaching. Because without the teaching, you do not get tenure here. It is the first, it is the most important criterion that we are evaluated on. And again, glad Curry's here. It's not just teaching. It's not just good teaching. It is excellence in teaching. That is the criterion that you are evaluated on here for tenure, for promotion, for just staying here. Other schools, it's the first priority is scholarship. And of course we do, the faculty does scholarship here, such as Idaho Politics and Government, Culture, Class, and Conflicting Values in the GEM State, available at Amazon and directly from the University of Nebraska Press. Not that I'm just pimping that. But what's important is that's not what we do. That's not our first criterion. You know, another thing how we're evaluated too, which I think makes this place special, is how much importance it's put on our service. That besides scholarship and teaching, we're required to do service for alumni, for admissions. We're evaluated on our advising of students, and even with a community. What I find interesting, you have to really love teaching to work here, because we don't get paid anything. So if you don't really love it, you're not going to do it with that. What you see, and again makes us special, is really a long line of absolutely amazing teachers that we have had here. And I feel privileged to be able to hopefully place myself in with this group. There's professors who came before, and I'm going to miss people and they'll get upset with me, but that's too bad. Before, first I think of, and Steve's here and he knows how I feel, about our mentor, Franklin Sept. May the gods be smiling on you. And I use the plural with gods because Frank was the last polytheist around, and it was the gods. But he taught me so much about students and how to teach. But I also think about Roger and Mary Higdon, about Gary Strine, Gail Morley, the majestic Denny Clark, Terry Mazurak, Terry Nagel, Wally Lonergan, where is she? Sherry Robeson, who's here visiting with us too. John Thurr, who's either the greatest teacher I ever met or the craziest person, or maybe both. And thinking of those from before, my good friend who just recently retired, who's now a citizen of the nation of Israel, and according to him, loving every day of his life in the promised land, Howard Berger. They're all our, give them a round of applause, those folks. Because I know with a lot of you there how much of an effect these people had on you. But there's still amazing professors here. In my department, Kerry Hunter and Rob Daly. You look at history, besides Stephen, there's Mie Kim, Mark Smith, Jeff Snyder. I'll just go down a whole line. Garth Clausen, Stephen Fisher, Scott Truxa, Don Mansfield, Ann Koga, Sarah Heglin, Chris Walzer, Sue Shaper, Rochelle Johnson, Jim Dahl, Robin Cruz, Linda Danielson, Elizabeth Wakeman, Joe Golden, Mike Hartwell, Marilyn Melchior, Diane Raptosh, Kathy Siebold, and last but not least, Tim Sheeron, who's going to be retiring with me. And that's not even everybody, but that's some of the amazing faculty who have been here most of the time I've been here. But even the newer faculty, and ask the students, alumni, ask our current students, parents, ask your children about Alice Vincent and Kara Sage and Greg McElwain and Luke and Jenny Daniels. They're not married. They're actually brothers and sisters, which might be the first for the faculty here that we've had that. Scott Draper, Tara Moore, David Rosoff, Andrew Gaddis, Paul Moulton, Anna Himmler, Mark Goodnison, more and more and more that I can't all mention. So it's special here because of the faculty. We nurture them, the way we create our faculty in this long line we've had. Third is our students. They are not a bunch of pretentious snobs, spoiled brats, like you'll see at many other universities, especially other elite liberal arts colleges in other places. They don't think it's a privilege that we get to teach them. They really want to learn. They actually, I don't know why in some respect, they really respect the faculty and what we do here. What I really like about them, and again, which I hear from colleagues in other places is different. They're not condescending to the faculty, but especially to the staff. They are kind and caring to the staff here. And why is this? And I think we have some of the parents who are here. The parents, I want to thank you for your students, because they're so wonderful. It's because of you. That's why they are. And they're really just fun to talk to. I want to give you an example. I want to give you one example. This just happened the other day, so I have to tell you about it, about our students. And I know his parents aren't here. The student I'm talking about. You know, I have debates in my classes. How it's 2 against 2? Yes, the students still hate him just like you did. So there's 2 against 2, and there's a debate supposed to be today. I get one of the students who's supposed to be doing the debate on Friday says, "Oh, I'm dropping your class." Really? There's 3 other people involved with this. Gone. Well, typically what I do when there's an odd number is I have the student on the one side does the whole debate himself or herself, which is really a challenging job. So I call in the student who's by himself. It's a first-year student, Yusuf, from Afghanistan. Amazing young man. He comes in, and I tell him, "Hey, your partner has just dropped the class." He goes, "Oh, I wonder why he wasn't talking to me." And I said, "You know what I usually do with this?" Well, he said, "I know what." I said, "So he's dropping the class." And Yusuf says, "Well, I'm not surprised." I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah, he is," what's the word I want? I'm not sure. Weak. I go, "Yusuf, yes, that is the right word." So first of all, you got to remember, Yusuf is about this tall. He is just a monster of a young man. And I said, "I want you to do it yourself. I need you to do it yourself." I said, "Well, I can push it off. We won't have it Friday. I'll push it off to Monday." I said, "I believe you can do it. Can you do it?" And he goes, "I know I can, because I'm strong. I can do this." Think a second about this young man from Afghanistan. His whole life, his country's been at war, principally with the United States. But he has been able to overcome that. He comes here, we drop him in the middle of nowhere, Idaho, and he is going to do this debate now on Monday by himself, all 4 sides, all the different roles that he has to do. Absolutely amazing. And he's going against 2 American kids, by the way, and English is not his first language. As we're getting done talking, and he's fired up, he's ready to go, he says, "Oh, I have one problem." I'm thinking, well, is it a language problem, research, what is this? He says, "It's my shoes." See, I tell them they have to dress as if they're going to a job interview. So again, the women is usually not in trouble, but the guys, it's like, okay, let's have a shirt with a collar, no t-shirts. I said, no shorts, no jeans, slacks. And I want leather shoes, no sneakers. So Yusuf says, I don't have any leather shoes. And I said, well, can you borrow some from somebody? He goes, no, I have fat feet. No one else has shoes that can fit me. And it really struck me that here's this guy who's just, I'm asking him to do so much. It's going to be so challenging. And he's worried about his fat feet and such. But that's the kind of students we have here. That's what makes us special. Fourth reason, the real difference, which makes the most difference, is our alumni. Our alumni here. And some are going to be on here. Hi. Who are watching this because they have real jobs and they can't be here now. Or they're not bankers like Yosh. So, remember Casey Allen, a number of years ago, who now has his ice cream place, the alcohol-infused ice cream. I don't know where he got that idea from. Something has been a dream of mine since I was 8, I think. But he came up with the slogan "Yote Fam." We're Yote Fam, and which I like. I think it's kind of good. But I prefer the name that Mas Kawana gave to alumni. He says we're the C of I Mafia. Where he gets that analogy from, I don't know. But he says we're the family. We stay together. Nobody messes with the family. If you mess with us, you're messing with all of the family. That is what the alumni are like. To me, there is no college without our alumni. And it's not financial, though. That's something I won't poo-poo too much, guys. But, and what alumni do, the percentage they give is unbelievable. But that's not it. That's not all of it. It's you guys are really our bridge. The bridge from generation to generation. I think about the half-century society who's here. Those folks graduated in the 60s. And they had, it's funny to try to think about that. They had Frank for a teacher when Frank was still young. That's amazing. And they can bring all of that to us. So there's 3 things I think the alumni could do. And Sally, don't worry, it's not my usual crazy stuff. I got other things. She's so worried. How she keeps asking me back to do this stuff, I don't know, because it makes her go crazy. She's always worried about what I'm going to do. But here, I'll give you 3 things, responsibilities I have for you to do. First, you have to do, make sure and certain that the core values of the college are never compromised. That is up to you, because you're the ones who know about the core values. You're the ones who have lived them and understand them better than anyone else. Make sure the current students know what values are important here. Make sure the faculty, a lot of the new faculty, know about that. Make sure the staff who are here knows our values. Make sure administrators who are here, no, I get to pick on you, know this. Administrators. Make sure also, especially, which I've learned over 27 years, make sure the Board of Trustees still understands that what the core values of this college are and that we will not deviate from it. I mean, they can run roughshod over the administration, the staff, and the faculty. But you are the ones. You are the holders of the flame, really, who are going to make sure that no one can take that away from us. Second, you need to pay forward to our current students. None of you who are here are self-made people that you did it all yourself. Someone else has helped you out along the way here. The way I want to put this is I thought of this, so I wrote it down. You owe to someone before you. Now, you are that someone before to our current students. So you have to think about how financially, mentoring and such, how people were helpful to you when you were a student. Now it's your turn. You have to do this. Here's a few things you need to do. First, find internships for our students. Every alum who comes and talks to my class says the same thing. The most important thing is internships. Find them. If you have it in your business, tell us about them. If your company doesn't have any, make it up. It's free labor. Have them just come in and watch you and see what real life. I was just talking to other alumni. I said, they need to know that they have to get up every day and put on clean clothes. It's an important life skill, folks. Help them, internships, do that. Second, help them as paying it forward. Help them find jobs. I've had emails always through the past, phone calls, alumni saying, hey, we've got this job. Send us your 2 or 3 best people. And I remember, we're not even going to advertise this job. We're going to you send us a couple people and we're going to choose one of them. I remember asking one of the alumni that one time about this. I said, well, why did you advertise? Why did you do this? And he said, first of all, I'm loyal to the college. That's important to me. But he said, second, I'm selfish too. I know who I'm going to get. It's going to be able to think. They're going to be able to write. They're going to be able to speak in front of people. They're going to be able to solve problems. I'm going to get somebody really good. So you want to hire somebody from here because they're going to be good. And don't be lazy, okay? If you have a job in marketing, think, well, we got to have somebody with a marketing degree. No. Burke does that stuff, right? You do marketing shit. He had nothing. He had biology and he didn't learn any of that stuff here. But he learned marketing from taking my politics classes. I taught him about that. Last thing I want you to do for them is talk to them. Talk to our current students. Invite them to lunch. Have coffee with them. Whatever. Do it today. Do it other days. And I don't know how we can do this, so alumni can just somehow connect with students and just come and have lunch with me. They need to hear from you. I was just talking to 2 crazy alums are doing my class now, probably. But I said, you'll come in and you'll tell them something, and they'll go, yeah, that's right. And they're like, I just told you that last week. They don't listen to me. You have the credit. You have the credibility. They'll listen to you. They will. You tell them something. They see you. They recognize you. They want to emulate you. They respect you. Here's 2 things I want you to tell them. 1, tell them it's going to be okay. They're scared. Tell them, hey, things are going to be okay. And tell them they're going to be just fine. Tell them things work out. You went through it. You were there. You were sitting in the same classroom as they were. And it comes out okay. They get scared. Let them know. Last thing you have to do, your last responsibility. Come see your old professors. Come see us. We want to see you. Come to see Curry. He's still in the stinking old crazy office behind there. Come see Steve. You know who you have to see? Some of you. Come see Mie. She wants to see you. She really cares. We all do. We want to see how you've been doing. We want to, what I've always said, it's sometimes I think at graduation, behind every successful graduate is a very surprised professor. We've seen you at your worst. We remember when you were the freshman, you couldn't find the classroom. Hell, half you couldn't find the bathroom. We got your first papers and saying, do they understand English at all? But I'll tell you one thing, with all of that. Yeah, your parents probably do, but we believed in you. We always have. When, no matter what happened, they have to drill a hole in your head. We believe that she's still gonna, she likes it, that you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be just right, that we love to see you. And come by, see me. Come buy me lunch. Come buy me a beer. Come buy me both. Make me happy, but come back and see us. We really do miss you. Now, this is not my last lecture, by the way, no matter how much certain current students would like that to be the case, that this is not my last lecture. I will be here for the rest of the year, but I am leaving. It's time to go. I've been here a long time, but there's nothing left for me to do. It's time to go. I have to, it's time to take Dee back home. I dragged her out here, and I have to take her home, and that's what I have to do. But I loved every minute of this. Not our faculty meetings, for God. But every minute I've spent with my students in the classroom, I wouldn't change it for anything. But we're going back to Philadelphia. We're getting rid of everything. No cars, no furniture. We're getting rid of everything. We're leaving with suitcases. We're going to get an apartment in Center City. But we're insisting it's a 2-bedroom apartment because we want people to come visit us. Let me show you Philly. Let me show you my town. Now, you have to give me a little bit of time because I have to get reacquainted with my old town there. Some things might have changed, but I know stuff. I'll show you stuff. Like I told Kelly years ago when he went visiting there, I gave him some things. You remember first, you don't put your wallet in your front there. Walk in the center of the street. That way they can't come out and get you. And and if you run into somebody from Philly, you don't know what to say, you just say, hey, how about them Eagles, huh? And you don't even have to know football. If they're winning or they're losing, how about them Eagles, huh? And they go, oh, they suck, they're awful. Whatever it is, that all works. But I'll tell you, and I'll take you places. Now, I have to cut this off and get done. I have, my class is actually going on right now, so I have to go back there. Because I left my class, this was crazy. I left my class in the hands of Tim Callender and Josh Sears. Any of you folks who know them. So as of now, I'm figuring they're probably doing shots of tequila and playing strip poker, if knowing those two. So I have to take off and go what I most like to do, and that is to go and be with my students. Thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend. Thanks. You're going to do this, I would have left years ago. Thanks. I'm done.